Such was the demand. We got in all right, and to be frank, little realizing that we were about to witness arguably the most dramatic game we've ever covered. Now, I know it's easy to indulge, isn't easy to indulge in such an introduction, but if after watching it you can think of anything we've done quite as breathless, then do let me know.
And isn't that one of the nicest tastes of Scotland, the ancient capital of the country, the city of Perth, surrounded by those beautifully gentle hills. A quite superbly sunny day, but the surrounding vicinity, no distraction at all for the capacity crowd of 17,500. All very reminiscent of these great days when St Johnstone under Willie Ormond used to have big crowds running up into Muirton Park. And a very warm welcome, as you might expect, from the home supporters for a team that's done extremely well in the First Division after a very poor start, but then the new manager, Alec Rennie's done a marvellous job with them. They are the very epitome of a part-time team. I saw them training at Grangemouth, no less, on Thursday night, and they haven't been together since then until lunchtime today. And this is the player they're all talking about, number 8, Alistair McCoy, who in his school days was a Rangers supporter and indeed almost went to Ibrox as a player. There's a tall, powerful figure of Colin McAdam, back in the team after a hamstring injury, fined this week by his club, but obviously a powerful asset in the air. And Rangers have had to rejig the team defensively with Tom Forsyth coming in at number 4. Derek Johnson is still unfit, but the Rangers team up front, of course, on normal lines. The referee today is Eddie Pringle. Well, there's the long and short of it today in goalkeeping. 6'4" Peter McCloy and 5'9" George Tulloch. McCloy playing his 500th game for Rangers today. The pitch is in absolutely impeccable condition. We had a frost earlier this morning, but it's thawed out marvellously. And there can be no excuse from either side about conditions today as Tom Forsyth makes his first contact. Picked up there by Jim Morton. Fleming caught offside. McAdam just getting in there. Redford looked like a free kick to me. Very awkward tackle by Fleming. Now Bobby Russell trying to go on the outside round McNeil, and good covering by John Colossi. Colossi, small but 5'8", very fast. Johnson had a superb game last week and the week before. And there's George Tulloch, small for a goalkeeper, 5'9", just on 5'9", but very agile, good spring in his heel. Well, the bounce deceiving Doherty. Well, the referee had no hesitation in blowing there. No other decision about that. That's a cutely taken free kick. Doherty chasing it with the side. St Johnstone will get the corner kick, and you can hear the crowd support now. Going to take it is Jim Morton, signed here from Berwick a couple of years ago. Oh, McCoy, a hash at that. Jordan off the line. Well, Peter McCoy annoyed about something or other, but in fact, he looked to have that ball under his control. Looked at it, then it eluded him, and then Sandy Jordan stepping in there. Good positional play by Jordan. McAdam, support from Redford. Once again, that man winning Mackay. That area is definitely his. Johnstone. Lovely ball inside. Dawson. That must be, yes. 1-0. have gone. And there's the clenched fist of the man making his return to the Ibrox side as if he's been hardly ever out of the team. And many times this season we've seen him taking a ball like this. Beautiful move there initially by Willie Johnson. And that almost deliberate dive there, carefully executed. Down low and well away from the keeper. Well, it's a good ball there by Doherty. And if you're going to have a one-handed save, make it like that, plucking it right out of the air, but confident looking. Well, Willie Johnson was saying, I wanted it right at my feet. Well, Jan, I think Sandy Jordan realised that that was a free kick. There's no need to handle the ball. Deciding to go to the outside. That's Brogan. Jackson with him. Tricky player, Brogan. And I think Colin Jackson not at all happy about that decision, but from here certainly a corner kick. Lofted back there to McNeil. Ooh, that's skidded. Now that kept going. Maybe McCloy thought it was going to be a much higher ball. It swerved and skidded, just getting his hand down to it. McCann back defending. Jackson kept his eye on the ball. Brogan, nice touch to the outside. McCoist. This time a much more confident clutch by Peter McCloy. Here's Bent. What a space for him to operate in. Johnstone. Jordan. Held it well, looked like a free kick to me, and is. This will be taken by the outside foot, the left one. Swings in, Jackson was up there. Canham, head in the air, he did have a chance, a half chance, a difficult one. Off the top of McCloy's head, and the side all the time in the world. Easily picked up there by Mackay. The side's right in at the back. That's Pelosi. Well, he had the Rangers player Dawson beaten originally, but then decided to come back. That hesitation will not do for St Johnstone. That's to Doherty and the corner kick. Sandy Jordan complaining about it. All the corner kicks virtually in swingers. Look at the curl in that ball. That's a good-looking one. Again, it was Rutherford that was out. The big central defender trying to indicate to his team that that's the kind of spirit he wants to see from everybody. Single player in that area. Maybe Peter McCloy was deciding to give everybody a bit of a breather. That's Dawson. Donald picked it up well, but couldn't get the return. The 1-2 a bit too obvious and too strong. Well, Jackson will not try to be too clever with it. started indicating that he wanted Colin McAdam to come nearer him. I said earlier, the pitch is in superb condition. McAdam can't get clear. He does eventually. He was being held back, it seemed to me. There's a free kick. Took one right on the top of the knee, just above the knee and into the thigh, and he's suffering a bit. Ten minutes to half-time. Rangers leading by 1-0. The free kick from Sandy Jardine. The big men are all there again. Redford's left with a chance. That's it. 2-0. As I said, 10 minutes from the interval, and I think what really confused the St Johnstone defence was the sight of Colin Jackson and Colin McAdam going up there for that high ball. That was the ruse that paid off. They didn't get near it, but Redford had time to look up and smartly put it away. 2-0. There's McDonald. There's a bit of space, and that was a free kick. Late tackle there by Muirton, who was almost knocked out, not as retribution, I may say, by one of his mates. This is Jardine. Once again looking for the head of McAdam, finds his chest. Could be a good-looking ball, and McDonald once again stumbling. Dawson was in hard. Neatly enough out to Pelosi. Lying a bit too deep to be effective, Pelosi. That is better just about that area and on that side of the field. There he is again, but laying it up to Fleming, and up comes Rutherford. Crowd of players there, including Bet. That's a better looking ball. Must be, yes. Doherty puts it in, 2-1. And the point back that St Johnstone badly needed, only 4 minutes to half-time. Now, just as I was saying, they were bogged down, and they most certainly were. That ball at the edge of the penalty area, a lot of players in front of it. There was a bit of a tangle and untidy in the Rangers defence, neatly put through. Muirton swinging it over, and Doherty touching it in. 2-1. Full length of the field again. Russell running into trouble. Oh, that's a good ball again. Doherty might just get his shot in, but Sandy Jardine steps in, almost playing as a free man there. Didn't break any sweat about it. Did it ever so gently, and that's a delayed tackle. And indeed, the halftime whistle goes. It's one of these so typical commentaries on the game when you say a team are well out of it. St Johnstone looked at 2-0 behind, and then they fight back, and I think it was the initial spirit represented by the likes of John Mackay, number 2, that they held on to throughout. Now, Mackay has shown early aggression, early pace, early drive, going at this Rangers defence, and I think this unsettled them. But Rangers came back, and they came back with a touch of class personified by Willie Johnson. That lovely opening up move, the ball across for a marvellous return for Colin McAdam to put it away. And then that height in the air again as he went across, deceiving the defenders, and Redford in a good position. And it's at that stage St Johnstone looked very flat. But catching Rangers almost unawares, coming back there, and that good positioning by Doherty keeps the game well and truly alive for the second half. Rangers starting the second half, and you know, when you look back over the first half, Rangers didn't have all that many chances at goal, so their scoring ratio is, I suppose, very good. They must be feeling annoyed with themselves at losing that goal when they look to be developing almost total command. Certainly St Johnstone not very far out of it now. Neat little dummy there by Colin Jackson. and now Bet. McDonald held it well. Bet. That's a superb ball. Johnstone, bit unfortunate. The good-humoured side of Willie Johnson is one of the things the game certainly can do with. He has developed once again a rapport with that crowd right away. They're not saying the kindest things to him, I may say, but I don't think he's too perturbed about it. That looked like Posey doing a bit of climbing. But that's a beautifully taken ball. Should have been put away by Brogan. And the referee is saying it's a goal kick. There was really complaints by the Rangers players, but they were really taken right on there. That was some play by St Johnstone. It was so quickly taken, giving Brogan the opportunity of 1 against 1 and then opening out, and I think he'll kick himself for having finished like that. So that's a good ball. Bet making the run on the right. Here's Cooper inside. There he is. Wants to touch it through, and he does on the outside. Russell. And away there by John Mackay. Certainly one of the best moves of the game. Ball touched away to the far side and then inside to Cooper. Hesitated, looked up, looked for the probe and found it there with Bobby Russell, but he couldn't put it away. Jackson is there, and I think climbing again, free kick. Bobby Russell right underneath that. Doherty gets it away though to Russell. Rangers losing too many balls in midfield like that. This is Fleming. Besides, right across for it. Once again, playing it simply. Minutes of the second half gone. I think he'll float this right now. He doesn't. Deceives everybody. That's Pelosi. Lovely little touchback, and Redford is there. Everybody in the Rangers half. Morton. That was a good save there by McFly. Rangers really under pressure. Russell, and that's a free kick. Referee saying that's a free kick to St Johnstone. May blast this. Oh well, far removed from a blast. There's Jackson and Posey going forward, but the whistle has gone, in fact, for offside. Willie Johnstone. He's got all the pace. He's got Redford coming up inside, and what's that ball through there? It's Redford with it, can't quite get it, and Johnstone cleared well by Caldwell, and that move very reminiscent of a move that brought the goal at Airdrie with that break by Johnstone and Redford inside him, and it was just a bit too far for Redford. There's Cooper. Every now and again, relishing getting into the fray. There's Cooper. That's a better run by Cooper, and it's still in play. No, the linesman has his flag up. That's Jackson trying to find either Redford or Johnson with it. There's been a lot of mobility and movement about St Johnson, just like that. That was brilliant play by Pelosi. Good recovery by Dawson. That's Redford, who's a mile slow. And that's almost a bombardment on the Rangers defence. And Rangers, for reasons that very difficult to fathom at the moment, seem almost to think this game is won for them, when St Johnson always looking there. One or two of the Rangers players looking very lackadaisical and casual about it. There's Cooper, wanted a ball back and didn't get the support from Miller. That's a neat little 1-2, brilliantly done. Martin. All the wrong side of Pelosi. And once again, the Rangers' defence was opened up. An awkward play works out well for Rangers. That's Miller. It's a good ball by Miller. Jordan. Screaming for the high pass. McAdam is there, and it's just touched again by John Mackay. The young fullback doing very well to get in there. Johnson with this. Swings it out for McAdam. Can't quite get it. Jackson with a shot, and that's knocked up by Tom McNeil. Jackson's in. McAdam nowhere near at that time. Now for side driving forward to Cooper. There's Bent. That's a superb ball that time. Miller going for it. Great tackling all by Caldwell. So a very tight, secure second half. Poised, and now Pelosi. That's intelligent play again with that overlap. Just beyond Jordan now. Miller gets there, and he virtually puts it anywhere. And all he does is put pressure back on his defence. That's Pelosi, and the St Johnson players are almost enjoying this, lapping it up. Doherty going round the outside. Now support by Brogan, pressure still on. That's a good-looking ball, and it's just passed. Jim Morton creeping up. And that's been so typical of this second half, that kind of St Johnson pressure. Good play initially by Doherty, keeping possession, putting the pressure on. And then that ball slipped inside and then right across. And it was Morton rising up, getting the header in, but just passed. There's Redford, and Rangers simply haven't had enough out of Redford in the second half. Here's McAdam, couldn't quite get it. Caldwell has been the master in that area of the side. And the play still goes on. Or does it? Has the referee blown? He has, in fact. Free kick. Taken by Fleming. That's a good ball again to Brogan. That's it. The equaliser. What a dramatic equaliser by Brogan. No wonder he acknowledges the cheers in the stand. And St Johnson certainly deserved that, but 51 minutes of the second half gone. That's a kind of play they've been putting on this Rangers defence. Looking very ragged, and that ball actually on the outside to Brogan, and he's cranked it away. And it goes to Johnstone, muscling his way through, and a bit of shoving, free kick. Free kick to St Johnstone, despite all the protestations of Willie Johnstone. We have exactly 10 minutes left, and the game could not finish in a more dramatic and palpitation fashion. St Johnstone still putting the pressure on, and they get the free kick. Once again could pose problems as Jackson tries to go for it. There's McCoy. He makes heavy weather of it. It's a goal. I think Brogan put that in. And there's only 9 minutes of the game remaining. Well, what a goal. The roof of the St Johnstone stand coming off as 4 players went for that. It was scrambled and then suddenly pushed over the line, and Rangers are in serious trouble. Cooper. That's the free kick as Redford picked it up. Rangers supporters streaming towards exits, but jamming them there as they wait at the top of the terracing to find out if the team can retrieve this situation, and Jordan to take it. McAdam is there, and Redford waiting all the time. That's it. And the referee has disallowed that goal. He said there was pushing. The Rangers players certainly went in on top of it, and I think Willie Johnstone is going to be booked. Well, the goalkeeper was under pressure as he went for it. Redford had taken all the time in the world to go for it initially, and as they bore down on him, the referee said that was an infringement, the goal disallowed. So we have, by our watch, and I'm sure there might be an extra few seconds, 1 minute left from St Johnstone's most famous result. Clifford. Here's Jordan. That ball was pushed too wide. Everybody coming back to defend for St Johnstone. Here is Bat. Tries to push it wide. And the fullback there again, Dawson. He doesn't have any support. And rather weakly pass. Looked as if he had run out of ideas and stamina. And the standouts above me shouting down to be, if I know how much time is left, I can only tell them we have about 20 seconds left with an indeterminate time for injuries. People looking at watches. That's off the top of the head. That's a good looking ball now. Too high and offside in any case. Free kick to Rangers, and we are moving into injury time. McAdam with the touch again. Away it goes, and St Johnstone quite content to put that almost anywhere. It's a throw to Rangers. And now here's Cooper. Dunswell on it. There's Redford with it, he scored. Redford has saved Rangers. You wouldn't believe it. In injury time, Rangers have got their draw. The St Johnstone players can hardly believe it. I cannot remember a more dramatic finish to a game. And that ball that has always bothered the St Johnstone defence, showing their vulnerability again. Long, high, dripping ball from Cooper. Redford up for the touch, and it's 3-all. And it's so changed now. We are 1 minute into injury time. And there it is. There goes the final whistle. Would you believe it? St Johnstone were just a fraction away from one of the most sensational sensational results in Scottish football since Berwick, and then that last touch depriving them of it. Having said all that, I cannot congratulate enough the St Johnstone team for having given Rangers 2 goals of a start and fought back so well. They have done themselves and the manager and the city very proud indeed.
An ending that brought a tidal wave of disbelief from one section and an almost engulfing sense of relief from the other. You know, when I watched St Johnstone train on Thursday night out at Grangemouth Stadium and saw them having to share a tiny, cramped dressing room with the local karate club, it all seemed a bit like a works team getting ready for an interdepartmental tournament.
Lovely ball inside. Dawson. That must be, yes. 10 minutes to half time. Rangers leading by 1 goal to nothing. The free kick from Sandy Jardine. The big men are all there again. Redford's left with a chance. That's it. 2-0.
What you try Rangers goal, the equaliser, as it were, you could barely fault your players, really, because they had tried so much for you. But was there a fundamental error made there?
Yeah, well, you know, I had a word with George, and I felt